Okay, so I think I've got the sound working. Let's look at the map. Okay, I'm off to the
That's not our Tony, is it, Patrick?
The what, David? Sorry.
Tony, you know, comes on Brighton up. That's not him, is it?
what, Harvey? Don't think so.
Trying to think what he calls himself. T-Zoid he calls himself, doesn't he?
Just only Benno. I don't know if it'll be him.
I don't imagine he would.
Just opening a second copy of YouTube so I can monitor any live chat that pops up. Okay, so we're live on YouTube as well now, everybody, just so you know.
That's
Means I have to get Jeff in here.
I'll get my pound jar out ready in case I swear.
It never ceases to amaze me how much stuff there is on YouTube. There must be an awfully big shed somewhere with an awful lot of hard drives.
It's probably right, actually.
It's not off the cloud. Well, the cloud must run up a big shed somewhere.
It's all on Amazon servers.
Facebook's about 4 acres, isn't it?
Yep, all the Google stuff is on Amazon servers and all the Amazon stuff is on Dropbox.
Well, you'd like to hope that Amazon don't drop box.
Okay. Oh, someone's already asking. William Kelly is on the live stream asking, how long are we going to be streaming? It'll be probably about the next hour and a half, I would imagine, based on the speed we're going and 150-mile trip, which is the usual distance we do on a Sunday evening. So if I have a look, you can see, for anybody watching the live stream, there is about, well, just the people using transmitter, there's about 25 of them. So God knows how many are.
What altitude you at, Jeff?
Just looking, 3,000 feet. I had a look at the map and then picked a hill in the distance so that the high hilltops in the far distance are roughly on the route if anybody needs something to aim for. So if I look behind and around, you should see lots of nav lights. Or if I made it earlier or later in the day, we'd see them. Yeah.
Make a beeline for you so we can get formation.
I can't make anybody out on little nav map. They're all so close together.
We're about halfway through the first leg to Greenville. It will be a touch and go at Greenville. We'll do a full stop at Sugarloaf Regional, which is the next airfield, but it's another 35 miles on from this one, so we'll be flying through the hills for a while yet. Oh, we got G Flat on the live chat is saying good morning from Melbourne in Australia.
Wow. Welcome. How about that?
That's been the biggest surprise for me, actually, with doing not just VirtualFlight.Online but the YouTube live streaming and stuff, is how international, the spread is of everybody. There's people all over the world. It's great.
And it Melbourne just had huge floods, or was that different?
Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney had flooding.
Yeah, as you say, it's quite extraordinary to think that people from all over the world can joining anything like this.
It is. It's great.
It really is.
When you think if you told somebody even 20 years ago that we'd all be able to be in the same environment as each other, talking to each other live, and it's bizarre.
Think about 20 years in the future, what that's going to be like.
Absolutely.
Did you ever read Bill Gates' book, Jonathan, The Road Ahead?
Yeah, I've got a copy of it.
Yeah, so have I.
Is that good?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Virtually everything that fella said has come true and more.
Does he have predictions for the future?
Well, he kind of did. He predicted what was going to happen because it was written 25 years ago now, or thereabouts, 20 years ago. And yeah, he predicted pretty much everything that's happened with the internet and the impact it would have.
Anything still to happen though?
I can't
That's
remember.
right.
You haven't predicted my lottery numbers.
I think the most prescient, if that's the right word, or the best prediction I've ever seen was the guy that was the project manager when ARPANET first started. His name was JCR Licklider, and he pretty much predicted, because this is way before the internet or computers in houses and all the rest of it, because at that time computers were the size of a building, but he pretty much predicted everything, even the social networking side of it, and that it would change everything in terms of knowledge sharing, communication, the whole lot. And he predicted that before they wired any two computers together.
Can you imagine what it would have been like in World War II if they had the mass coverage that they've got with the Russian-Ukraine?
That's what's happening though, isn't it? The social networks are being used as a tool. So the civilians are sharing photographs to pinpoint which exact units are in trouble, or it's amazing.
Sure, I think propaganda and people communicating has always been a thing, and I think for all the changes that we have, we still find ourselves in the same situations, just with new tools.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Very sad.
It is funny though, I was talking to somebody, I've been at rugby all day watching my daughter play rugby, and we were talking along the sidelines, and a subject that's come up again and again just the last few days is, isn't it interesting how the whole woke brigade have shut up all of a sudden? Now actually people are being killed, not just having their feelings hurt, people are being killed and stuff. It's kind of refactored what people are worrying about.
Yeah, you
That's
haven't
gotta be
seen,
isn't it?
you haven't seen none of this blacks kneeling, have you? Since,
It kind of puts the debates about gender pronouns into perspective, doesn't it? Really?
It does,
Yeah.
a lot.
yeah.
Anyway, we're getting dangerously close to political stuff, and I don't want to...
For Bolton.
Sorry?
Somebody say something.
Say
I
again.
think he said Verboten, I think.
I said for Bolton.
Yes. Yeah, we're getting dangerously close to talking about politics, which doesn't ever go well, so we're not going to.
Are we doing a perm? We're doing about 12 bones of bitter.
There's a lot of trees here, isn't there?
Nearly as many as we saw in Malaysia.
So, the interesting thing to me is I can never see any patterns in the trees. You would expect to see patterns, but they've obviously got very good randomizing algorithms.
It's probably patterns, but just on a bigger scale.
Oh, possibly.
Well, like in FS8, you'd see repeat trees and repeat fields, wouldn't you?
Looks like a chessboard, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, but somebody else watching 115 California, William Kelly.
Hello, William Kelly.
Of course, any of us lot could type into the chat on YouTube as well if you so wanted to. It means
I've only got 2 screens.
I was going to say, it means trying to fly and do something else, which never goes well for me.
The echo was distracting as well.
The lag.
I just mute it.
Jim's
This is the airport. It's going to be rather interesting getting down there, and it's a downward slope. But I reckon we've got to go in because of the wind.
Runway 32, isn't it?
34, 2.
Speed up a little bit. So, yeah, anyone else that's not flown with us really before, if you get to the airport before the main pack, just fly circuits after you've done your touch and go. Gives everybody a chance to catch back up at each airport, which keeps everyone together, and then you can play games with formation, flying and all the rest of it.
What I was looking at wasn't actually the airport.
Well, as long as it's frozen.
That's what I'm saying, Patrick. Brakes we used to get offline.
I don't need the brakes on to skid offline.
Everybody tonight, what countries are we all in?
UK.
How many states?
England, Wales,
Kent, England.
Cornwall,
Netherlands.
Sussex.
Hertfordshire.
Sorry, I have to say West Sussex, apparently.
Is that the best end?
Yeah.
It's the poor end of Wessex.
It's the posh part. Blitz is. Gatwick used to be in Hawley, Surrey. It's now deemed to be in Crawley, West Sussex. In fact, I don't think they even bother with the Crawley bit, it's just Gatwick, West Sussex.
Unless you live there.
Oh, really?
Okay, I think I have visuals on the airfield.
Hi everyone, joining late, but I will catch up.
Hi there.
We're just about
And
to
there is-
land at Greenville, so...
Yeah, I just spotted a transmitter, thanks. And there is a very nice pub in Crawley.
No, tell me where.
Just close to the Ibis Hotel, it's a very old manor, it's called the Gatwick Manor. It's an old, very old building for the, I don't know if it's the 17th or 18th century, but they refurbished everything a few years ago, so it was really nice 10 years ago. Really typical interior.
Belongs to BA, does it?
I've
If
been
it's
there.
17th century, the toilets are outside.
This is why they have refurbished.
See, that I wouldn't call that in Crawley. Because there are no nice pubs.
I put that in the logbook in Discord at the end, just to check.
Anybody in Crawley following the stream now has just said, right, find out who he is.
Don't go to Crawley after dark.
Yeah, you could bump into Patrick and that, you wouldn't want that.
No. Apparently it's the 7th best place in the UK to live.
Out of how many?
Why would you want to live in the 7th best?
I don't know. But how they get that, I don't know. Well, I guess they get it because of facilities. Like they've got a massive cinema complex.
Big airport nearby.
Well, they have 7 people.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to Hawley, then you have the old Six Bells pub, which is quite nice, just next to the cemetery. When you just walk by night in the middle of the tombs, it's pretty special to go back to the hotel, but nice place also, with very old building.
Yep, I used to go there a lot.
I can hardly see this runway, it's quite dodgy.
Covered in ice. Just touch anywhere on the white strip. Now Hawley, unfortunately, which was a nice sort of country town, all the shops have been pulling out for years.
Right, I'm going to do a circuit here and wait for the rest of them to catch up before I carry on. Is someone else coming in?
It is extraordinary in VR, seeing all the nav lights all flashing away and all the planes coming past.
I assume you don't use the nameplates as well.
No, I've got the nameplates turned off in VR, but on if I use the flat screen.
That's interesting.
Well, when you're in VR, then it just makes it completely realistic.
Yeah, of course. Well, I have them off anyway on this kind of flight.
Okay, so next leg is 246 degrees, 36 miles to our halfway point for the evening, which is at Sugarloaf. 246 degrees.
Still going, Roy?
Yep, I'm jogging along quite nicely, thank you.
The Courier's seaport just by Greenville.
Seaport.
Yeah, West Amphibious plane landing strip.
Today.
Yeah, you can see where the strip would be on the water, but it's all frozen over at the moment.
Do a bit of damage to your floats, I think.
Skates, you mean? So William Kelly on the chat is asking, did you say you do a flight every Sunday night, same time, location and server listed on Discord? Anyone can join. Yes, everything you've said is true. Every Sunday night we try to do a flight, 100 hours UTC, and yeah, the flight plan will be posted, different locations all over the world. We try to go usually somewhere completely different that we've not flown normally.
Nobody in our lot flies normally.
We're getting ever closer. I mentioned on the newsletter, we're getting ever closer to 1,000 members on the Discord server, and when we get there we will be listed on the public search on Discord across the world. So if anybody goes and types in flight sim or whatever, we'll come up as a result.
Very good.
Nice work, Jonathan.
Yeah, well done.
Well, the only reason I even started it was to give myself people to go flying with.
Now look what you've done.
I know.
That's how Burning Man started.
Do a new video in a few weeks, won't you? How to fly Concorde.
That's if it's alright when it comes out. Everybody's hoping, aren't they, that it will be pretty good.
Who's doing it?
Is it DC?
DC.
Yeah, DC Designs.
It's
I have a one-man show.
Is it really? Pretty good aircraft so far.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make it look decent, and I think it's gonna be okay, like an Xbox level. I don't know what that means, but not too much functionality. Although he said he's trying to work out the fuel. I think the fuel system's quite complicated.
Moving it from tank to tank, isn't it, to keep the balance?
Need another couple of steermen behind John to make a squad.
I'm over my steamer now.
Right, I'll cut my throttle back a little bit so I'm not going quite so fast.
I better come down from 7,000 feet then, haven't I?
I had a sudden weather change. I mean, more for the snow on the ground and so on. You also have snow covering everything here?
Yeah.
They need to fix also the snow remaining on the water. It's not working everywhere.
Yeah, the water, the roads, the runways.
I'm going to go and change the scenery just to see, or the weather, sorry, to see what it does look like when it's not snowing. Turn live weather off. Oh, it's all green.
In some cases I find it more realistic to shut off the real weather and to reactivate the standard things, but to add a snow thickness on the ground. Typically it will not stay on the water and the lakes.
I was just about to say that. You just go for like 3 or 4 inches and you reduce the temperature around freezing. What's the live QNH? Anyone?
That's a good question.
2987 or so?
I don't have
2991.
I don't have
American.
a button that in my steerman.
Well, you have, if you press B, you can read it off the side of your altimeter. I've got 29.7 showing.
Oh, right.
No, Sugarloaf Regional is 2991.
Thanks. When I do, yeah, when I adjust the weather, I do try to make the temperature and the pressure the same.
So William Kelly is asking, I will try to join in the future. Do you fly a variety of aircraft or stick to one speed or range type? For these GA flights, we say anything that will do about 120 knots. So yeah, within that, anything you like. The only reason you're seeing so many Stearmans around is because we've all discovered it's a very cheap, pretty good aeroplane, and it seems to just work, and it sounds good and flies nicely, and yeah.
Fly a helicopter if you want.
Yeah, you can. People have flown helicopters on the routes with us. I think I've done a flight using the DC-6 in the past, which was fun.
F-14's pretty good.
Yeah, we've had F-22s follow us for the flight in the past as well. That was always fun.
And if for some flights we have some recommendation, we will put it in the flight invitation.
Yes, yeah, it will be in the notes.
Of course, I said that on purpose.
Yeah, I think wasn't there a GB flight at one point as well with the GB racer? Can't remember.
Yeah, the GB is a nice one, yeah. No, in 2 weeks now, yeah, just currently finishing the flight plan in Switzerland, but there is one leg where I'm not sure all aircraft are okay. I'm testing them currently.
Lost you, Jonathan.
I've veered off slightly to the right of the plan, but I'm just coming back. Okay, so we're about 18 miles out from Sugarloaf.
This is full stop, isn't it? Sugar.
Yeah, this is stop to have a coffee or whatever. There are so many trees out here. I have a visual reference now, something to aim for in the distance, which makes it a bit easier.
Just think, if we didn't have the Gulf Stream, we would be white like this.
We would.
I have a few gusts quite close to the ground, but it's 25 knots wind.
Oops, I've just run out of fuel, so I'll just climb out on the wing, put some back in.
That reminds me, I need to fill up.
Weather currently at Sugarloaf is 270 degrees at 16, gusting 25. Runway 35 is the preference. That could be interesting.
So according to Little Enough Map, the lake we are above is named Pleasant Pond. How nice.
I want to find a town that's called That Will Do. Where they were taking the wagon train across America and thought, oh, that'll do.
It's where all the pheasant pluckers live. Just run out of fuel. Jesus, that didn't last long.
Well, it only half fills it when you load in on the...
I loaded up to 70% now.
Right, yeah, the steerman chews through the fuel pretty quick.
I filled mine up and it's just above half.
So refill it halfway.
Big queue at the pumps, just like real life.
No queue at the pumps near me, half of them are shut.
What, sold out or what?
Sold out. Some kept it cheap and they've sold out. Sainsbury's kept it cheap.
Nobody's kept it cheap round like us.
No, you're looking at 170 for diesel, I think.
It's about 180 round here.
Well, it's further to take it. Where's your nearest refinery?
Plymouth, I
Southampton.
think.
So I can see the lights of everybody twinkling. I'm going to change my weather and time.
Runways everybody using?
3.5 is the recommended runway. Did you hear the wind, Dave?
Get this speed right. A minute on the new stalling, it's been about speed.
So, just for everyone's interest, if you did want to change the weather to few clouds and set it to 6:30 in the evening, it's actually quite beautiful. With the sun across the lakes.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for the tip.
Agree. Very nice. Thank you.
That's the amazing thing about this simulator, isn't it? At the flick of a switch, you can just change the entire environment.
I feel godlike for a moment.
Wish I could defrost my fridge as quick.
Well, I defrosted your freezer on the driveway with a hosepipe.
You know you did. That's what made me think about it.
Ooh, what's that? It's a twatter.
Well, this airfield really is hidden away in the bottom of a valley, isn't it?
Got the wispy clouds rolling over the hills again. I've still got real weather, but I've changed the time to later, which looks quite good. Nice line up there for the runway. One of the places on it's obviously on Google Maps, so I've got Google Maps as my little nav map. Is cannabis cured sugarloaf recreational. Dave, don't you dare cut in front of me.
Don't know where you are.
Well, you've just gone straight across me and cut in front.
And headed straight for me.
This is great, watching everybody on approach, watching the nav lights coming in. It's great.
Damn it!
I've got to slow down now, Dave.
Somebody's coming in at a hell of a speed.
Bumps a daisy.
No, if you speed quick if you side slip in the steering.
Well, I followed you for a long time there, Jonathan, and then you came down too steep and too much of a quick turn to get on, so I went a little bit further out before I followed you here, before I came in.
Just having a quick look at the map.
There.
That's just Roy tootling in now. He's about 3 miles out.
No pressure, Roy.
I don't know if you saw Jonathan, but I was behind you.
Yes, I did. You were on the live stream for quite some time.
I was right behind you from the last airport.
You can see Roy's nav lights. Turn the camera round.
Sarah and Gwent wasn't very far behind, were you?
There's quite a few of us here, isn't there?
I was lagging a bit.
Sounds right.
Come on, Roy, nobody's watching.
Nobody except 20 people. This is a new guy coming in, Noddlers. Don't remember seeing him before. So Dan Cato or Cato, whoever you are, welcome.
RJ Ramjet coming in is about 6-7 miles out.
Silver Eagle is another new
That was
one.
a good landing.
That's right.
Yeah, I've been on one other, Silver Eagle's been on one other flight with you and really enjoyed it. Enjoying this one also.
Welcome again.
Right, I'm going to make a quick coffee, so we'll all set off again 5 or so minutes time.
Yeah.
What happened to you Thursday, Jim?
You had a disaster, didn't you?
You were taxiing, going along quite nicely.
Yeah, and then the steering just went.
And that was in
A320.
what the fly the wire?
Yeah.
Experimental or the
No, the middle one. That's yeah, the middle one.
yeah,
Not the
I can never remember the name of the middle one.
either.
Developmental.
That's it, well done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I've had a lot of problems with it over the last 2 or 3 days. It's crashed, and I had a hell of a job. I hadn't actually at that point set up my new equipment because I've got the captain's kit now with the full throttles and everything on it.
Oh, yeah, I nearly bought it.
And it took me 45 minutes just to calibrate the throttles.
Did you get it sorted in the gym? In the end, Jim?
Yeah. I've actually. I then went last night. I actually did a Thursday flight, and it went like a dream. So that was good. Then this morning, I put another little plan in just to fly from Birmingham to Newcastle. And that was okay, but it suddenly diverted off the plan, so I had to take it over manually and get it right back on track, which I managed to do, and then landed it, and that was okay as well. So there's a couple of things I need to work on. I've got another session with Fabio on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I mean, the guy is so helpful, it's incredible. He sent loads of stuff through to me. I've got checklists now. So I'm going right through everything and really starting to get used to it, which is really good, really good.
Well, I was trying to get online yesterday. My sim crashed about 3-4 times, and it wouldn't boot up in the finish. And then all of a sudden it did boot up, and it was okay.
It's probably server problems then. I doubt it was anything to do with you.
Probably.
One of the lessons I've learned, and I've got it written on the top of my checklist in big black letters, check for updates every day.
Oh, you're on about the Airbus, aren't you?
Yeah, because there was one that I had 3 or 4 crashes, which I sorted out and restarted. But then when I went in to fly it, it wouldn't load. It just hung there, and it took me 2 goes before I thought, hang on, you've had this before. Think, what was it? And I realised that I hadn't updated it. If you don't update it, it won't load. Simple. So that was I got that done, and that was fine.
It was Wednesday they did an update which started to send things a little bit funny.
Yeah, I had.
Yeah, I normally leave them a couple of days and then do it.
What, to give me
Trouble is, you sometimes get 2 a day.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. You can do, yeah.
But I find that if I haven't actually updated it, it won't load.
Can you not just use the
99.9% and then just stop and hang there?
Can you not just use the development version?
Well, the experimental's not causing any problem. That's the one who's using, isn't it? Development.
Using as the development. The
Right.
experimental one I could never get to load.
Well, I wonder why that is then.
No idea.
One of the problems we have is when you're in the development mode, most of us are in the experimental, so we're telling you to do things that you can't do in.
Yeah, that's perfectly true. There's lots of things in the development mode that the FMC won't do what it does in the experimental. That's the brick wall we came up against in the early days, Jim.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
The different versions
Maybe I ought to go back to the experimental one and see what happens. I mean, it could be that I hadn't learnt this lesson at that time, and it might have needed updating for it to be able to load. So that could have been the reason it kept on doing it.
Possible.
I must admit, I've not. Every time I switch on, the first thing I do is I go to that to see if there's an update, and I invariably just press it and let it do it, and then I load the sim. But what I will do is next time, like tomorrow, there's bound to be one tomorrow, I won't bother with the update. I'll try and see if it loads, see if I get the same problem.
Yeah, that would be good.
There's an update waiting for me now.
Yeah, there was when I turned on this afternoon.
Right, I'm going to fill my petrol tank up before I set off.
Oh yeah, good idea. I'd forgotten all about that.
I did that as soon as I landed.
And I'm going to turn the
I can't see
time back.
Jonathan, you said you could see my nav lights were on when I was behind you.
I pushed my clock forwards to about 6:30 in the evening, so I had dusk, and then I could see all the nav lights.
Right, because my switches aren't moving. They're all pointing down: strobe, nav light, and smoke. And when I click them, the only one that
just press L.
Is the smoke.
Yeah, just press L, and the light that'll force the lights to come on.
What time did you say you had set?
6:30 in the evening. And I've also changed my clouds to just few clouds on the weather, just so I get to see some of the greenery.
Are you still at 16:30, 18:30, or
Yep.
are you beyond that now?
No, I've gone to a few clouds and 6:30 in the evening. And it makes it look quite pretty.
I've no idea if my lights are on or not. Oh, they are. Yeah, I can see them.
Oh
Really
my word.
interesting that the switches don't work.
I'll share my, if I can get to it without crashing. I'll start broadcasting on Discord as well, so you can see what this weather looks like in the early evening. It's amazing.
There's 4 of us all lined up here to take off at the moment.
So somebody from Torquay is communicating.
Oh yeah.
Can't fly the A320.
T.
That could be Ken.
No.
Oh, because I've just sent him all the instructions just lately, and he said he was reading. It's like reading the book.
No, it's Mr. T.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Sent me a friend request as well.
What are you chuckling at?
You won't send me one.
Oh, you've cut him off.
It's on Discord. So the last time he communicated with him on Discord, he was extremely rude.
That's normal, then.
Yep. Remember, this is going out live on YouTube.
Yep. No more.
This simulator is very, very good at mist, isn't it? With low light at sunset.
That was brilliant. Come on, Twitter.
So G Flat has asked on the YouTube live stream, where would you land in a place like this in an emergency? It looks dangerous. Well, this is
There's a golf course. I'm just going over a golf course. That'd do.
I was going to say, if you've not seen it, I'm guessing most of us have seen it. The guy that jumped out of the perfectly good aeroplane to try and get hits on YouTube.
That was so stupid.
Stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the first thing you're going to look for is anywhere flat. You're going to obviously look for an airfield if you've got any altitude, but otherwise you're going to look for riverbeds, anything. Roads, doesn't really matter. Ploughed fields, anywhere flat.
There's another one. I can't remember.
Find the nearest high school.
Yeah, look for a football field. Anywhere.
There's a stunt plane crashed 2 or 3 years ago with a TV presenter on board, and the guy I watched, Dan Grider I think his name is, was trashing the NTSB report, saying the root cause of the accident was a pilot who'd lied about his hours and experience. He went up in an unserviceable aeroplane and didn't know what to do when the engine cut out.
Right.
And similar thing, because he didn't know what to do, he didn't know to look for a place to land, he spent all his time on the radio.
Yeah.
And 24 times he called the airfield to say, I need to come back, can you tell me where to land? When he should have been looking himself for somewhere to land.
What's the old saying? Aviate?
Aviate, navigate, communicate.
That's the one. Talking is the last thing you do in an emergency.
Yeah.
And the first thing, that guy had thousands of feet. Well, it was obviously a setup, but he had thousands of feet to go through the engine restart procedures and try to diagnose what was going on. While he was gliding, he could have been going through it.
Yeah, he made no attempt, did he? He kept pulling back on the stick.
No, that was a total joke.
Yeah.
He knew where
He just
he
happened to be
was.
wearing an actual skydiver parachute.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. And he had a fire extinguisher in his pocket.
Strapped to his leg. That's my sim gone.
Oh no!
Same as last time, you get a crackle, it freezes and then it's just gone.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Never mind.
So
I'm going to have to stop soon anyway to pick up the daughter.
Oh, okay. So next leg, if everybody is in the air and ready, is 269 degrees, 20 miles over to Bean Municipal. So
I'm halfway there.
Or 270, I should say. So I'm going to get in the cockpit and have a look at the compass.
Just go around a bit in circles looking for pylon stage.
Yeah, I'm over Mount Reddington.
They're heading west, basically.
Copper Mountain.
The sun sets in the west, so that makes it easy to navigate, doesn't it?
You'd have been good on board ship.
I didn't know until quite recently that the Boeings that used to have the little quarter lights up in the corners, that was for astral navigation.
Yes.
I think they're gradually phasing out those windows, aren't they, in more modern aircraft?
There's no need for them anymore, is there? Well, as long as your computers are working, you shouldn't have any need to look at the stars.
And even so,
phasing DMEs out as well, aren't they?
well, even if GPS is
Here, coffee.
even if the GPS is failed, the inertial navigation system is so accurate these days that it can, it can predict where it is within a mile over 1,000 miles. I don't know if anybody's read any of the books about that, but Apollo had the first decent inertial navigation computer. Well, the first one that had really been miniaturized. And it really was a prototype, you know. It was, they didn't know if it would work at all, and it ended up being a massive success.
Was that the gimbal?
No, just there's like a briefcase-sized computer inside the Apollo, that in the command module, that was an inertial navigation computer using gyros.
Tells you if you're halfway to the moon or not.
Pretty much. No, but it was a massive, massive advance at the time.
What the hell is that below us? Is that locks on a river or something? Can you see all the lights on the river? I thought it was cars at first, but it's not.
Hang on, I'm not over the river yet.
I'm slightly to the right of the. I'm at the back of the pack as well, but I'm slightly to the right of the line.
Oh yeah, I see where you are. You're going.
Yeah, there's
north.
obviously a river here. It looks like it.
That's a road. There's a main road down there.
So they're all bridges.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'll try and go under one of them.
You're following Route 27 towards Eustis.
Oh, thank you.
You should be turning 40 degrees left.
Does anybody remember that? Useless Eustace? In the comics?
Couldn't do that now.
No, it upset people called Eustace.
Yeah, funny enough, because there's a lot of them around. I've just had a horrible experience. I was watching the live stream with sound on, and then I can hear all of you guys talking. Then about 20 seconds later, I get it all on YouTube.
Yeah, I leave the YouTube channel up, but on mute. So
yeah, it's weird.
I need to turn left.
Barack Obama tells me he's just tested positive for COVID.
Say again.
Barack Obama has tested positive for COVID.
Oh no.
There's a pity Putin in.
I love the way you said that. Barack Obama's just told me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a personal message. It's popped up. It's a tweet.
Well, you're on first name terms and messaging with Barack Obama. And that's impressive.
Yeah, when
Let
you're
us
friends
all
with
pray.
him, when you're friends with him, you can call him Barry.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Biden isn't even able to call him that.
Barry.
Barry and Mish.
Okay, Lyndon, I'm on my way behind you. See if I can join up with you.
Oh, this scenery.
Barry and Mike Obama.
This scenery is stunning in the low light of the evening.
I'll slow down a bit. I've got it set to morning and low light.
Mark, why aren't you flying the Stearman tonight?
I wanted to get back in the Kodiak.
Yeah, the Kodiak's
Too
great.
cold. Too cold for him.
Yeah, you've got temperature control in the Kodiak cockpit as well.
It's nice and toasty in here, boys.
This is a man talking who wears +4s in Las Vegas for golf.
Now, who invented +4s? What possible reason for wearing trousers like that is there?
So you can have a poo when you're on the golf course without anybody knowing.
I hadn't thought of that.
I thought it stopped weasels running up my trouser leg.
Trouble is,
It's to keep them when they run down your trouser leg.
No, that's ferrets.
Same
I
family.
start listening to any of you saying any of these things, being all respectful and expecting you to be coming out with sensible things. And now I don't know who's telling the truth and who isn't anymore.
It's the invention of lying.
Yeah. Oh, that movie is so funny. I don't know if anybody's seen it.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's such a simple concept as well.
Yeah.
Right, coming in, short finals.
Oh, right. I think Roy's at the front of the pack for this one, mate.
Dave's going in.
I know.
Short final.
Oh yeah, but he's always there an hour before everyone else. I actually like getting to the airfields first because then you can circle round and watch everybody else coming in.
You're trying to make me work, Lyndon.
Good, nice sound in stereo.
I'm watching your stream. It does look pretty.
There's an awful lot of lights coming in. The air traffic controller's going to be having a fit.
Oh, okay. Follow that, is it, Lyndon?
Yeah, it doesn't like flying upside down for very long. So
Yeah, the engine dies, doesn't it?
I think I just crashed. Yeah, follow that.
I made it. I did it.
Oh, you're supposed to crash as well.
No, I don't think so.
Formation crashing.
Okay, you better follow me now.
Yeah, I think I had. Yeah.
I can see John up there, so I'll head for him now. Take me a while to get to him, but he's way ahead.
Yeah, he flies fast.
And he's also at about... Oh no, he's not far off the same altitude.
So G-Flat is asking on YouTube why there are so few women playing with the simulators. Well, my 17-year-old daughter used to fly with us, but she just doesn't have a computer capable of doing it, otherwise she would be. But she actually became very good. She could fly the 737 basically with without really having to worry about anything.
And she got good at doing ATC.
Yeah, she's got the brain for it though. She's got very, very good short-term memory, so she can repeat instructions verbatim. It was quite scary actually how much more quickly she picked it up. It made you realise that youth is a massive advantage.
That's why I'm giving my yoke, throttle quadrant, and X-plane to my grandson.
Yeah.
X-plane.
Why would you want to do that to the poor boy?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Give
he
him
hasn't got
P3D.
because he
I
hasn't got
asked, why don't you buy him a sim?
He shut up, you lot. He hasn't got anything. He doesn't even know if he likes flying yet.
Don't give him
we're
X-plane
not
to start.
saying we're not saying you're mean or anything. We're just asking.
Well, he won't like flying then. Is that the goal?
Said anything.
So I'm going to do a circuit here while we watch the last few come in.
Jim, how old is he?
13.
Yeah, I think X-plane might put him off. Joking aside, it's quite complicated, isn't it?
Well, it is, but it's a good start. I mean, I had it for a while. I was only flying little planes, but it was good.
I guess X-Plane would teach you how an aeroplane is supposed to behave.
I guess I only found it hard work because I was weaned on flight sim.
Lyndon, how the hell did you get in front of me there?
Went faster. Sorry.
Get thee behind me, Satan. Your turn to follow.
Just got new rudder pedals for the first time, so just getting used to them. That's my excuse.
Oh, so you're just pedalling faster.
Everybody's got an excuse.
That's
my excuse too.
How are you getting on with your throttle and stick, Jim?
Oh, it's brilliant. It really is. I mean, it took a while to get it set up, but it really is so good. I've got it all set up with the proper settings, and it's just nice to be able to. I've got it. I have a small fold-up table which I can open up at the side of me, and I just put it on there so it's even in the right position. And then I've got the stick on my left-hand side. I need another little table to put that on so that I'm really mimicking the cockpit.
Okay. What kind of pedals did you get?
I've still got the pedals I've always had. Which
No, the guy that just got them.
Yeah, I just the ones to go with my Thrustmaster T1600. So yeah, Thrustmaster TFRP is it? Seem okay so far?
Nice. Yeah, I've got the Logitech.
Nice ones.
Lyndon, I'm over here.
Yeah, I just realised I was flying the wrong plane, sorry. Specsavers.
I see you coming.
Yeah, I'm finding out I'm dyslexic when it comes to the brand new rudder pedals for the first time.
Yeah, taxiing on the ground's confusing a bit. And toe brakes.
NFG crosswinds.
What's that?
You back in here, Patrick?
No, I decided not to because I'm waiting for my daughter to message to say can you pick me up. Now I know that if I start the sim again, she'll. Well, I've got to get over in the next 30 minutes anyway. So I was watching Jonathan's stream.
I don't know if BAV 405 can hear us, but he's in a stim and closing up on him. That could be a 3-bird squadron.
That's Roy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it is. Hello, Roy.
Oh, hello, good.
Trying to close in on you at the moment.
Did you say BAV 405?
I did.
You're showing us.
Oh, I can't understand it because I put, what do you call it?
He means the label.
In 133.
Yeah, he means your label, which is your Xbox identity.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so transmitter shows you as Jersey 133, but your tag is 405, as it is on here. Which is cool.
A bit too fast, I'm going to come off the throttle. It's creaking. So somebody has asked on YouTube, would we freeze to death in these open top aircraft in these conditions in the real world? Yes, of course we would.
Oh, but would you?
Well, you can
So
obviously wrap up warm.
Yeah, the Lancasters had no heat, did they? Or you might have had a heated jacket.
But they had covers, they had windows, they had a glass.
And didn't have an open cockpit, did they?
True.
In that VR Berlin attack thingy, the inside the cockpit's all froze. All the glass, or perspex.
I read one of the books where there was various interviews with fighter pilots from the Second World War, the likes of Chuck Yeager, people like that, and yeah, on some of the fighter escort missions where they were up at 20,000 feet, they had serious issues with cold. That's why they get those big furry, the sheepskin aviator jackets. That's why they were invented. But even with all of that, they still froze.
Everybody here that got VR, have you all got or seen the Berlin Blitz video in VR?
No.
It's a freebie. You have to get it. It was made by the BBC.
Yeah.
It's for VR. It's not real, but the soundtrack is real.
It's an experience, so it's like a simulated 3D environment. You're sat on the flight deck of a Lancaster bomber doing a raid over Berlin during the Second World War. And what actually happened on the night of the raid, they had radio recording equipment on the aircraft, so you're hearing all of the voices of the crew, but they've remixed it in 3 dimensions, so you're hearing it come from the right people around the aeroplane. And you can freely look around and see them talking.
Wow, so how do you get that?
It's just do a search for it.
If you search for it, BBC Berlin Blitz VR.
There's a similar one on board one of the Apollo missions where you take off and you're sat in the command module and you're hearing them reading off the checklist. It's very, very good.
With that
Just behind you, boy.
With the Berlin Blitz one, I'd defy you not to have a few tears in your eyes at the very end.
Yeah, it's very moving.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of National Geographic, isn't there, on VR?
I don't know.
So I assume you need one of these VR headsets to watch this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it puts you're sat inside the Lancaster. You can look around and see everybody. It's really odd.
It's like you're in 3D, inside it. At one point, you're behind the pilots.
Yeah, you can look round over your shoulder and you can see the guy with the map table behind you drawing the navigation lines. It's really unnerving.
And middle of the plane is what was his name? He was a famous wartime BBC.
He's got the headset on recording everything.
Alvar Liddell.
Possibly.
Alvar Liddell, that was it.
No, that wasn't it.
Franklin Engelman.
No, hang on, I'll do a search.
It is very good though as a VR experience. It just shows you the application for education is huge.
The actual proper name is 1943 Berlin Blitz Virtual Reality.
Right, I found that on the web, but how do you have to download it, or what do you have to do?
I think it was available in the portal for the Oculus Rift, wasn't it? It was one of the advertised experiences.
You can get it in the steampowered.com store. I don't know if they're trying to charge you for it, but it's a freebie.
You can watch it on YouTube on a flat screen.
Yeah, you can probably watch
Could
it. Somebody
be
would
well-
have.
Wilfred Vaughan Thomas is the man you're after.
That's the bloke. You got him.
Yeah, I imagine somebody would have recorded it anyway and put it on YouTube just in 2D, so you can watch it anyway. But it's very good.
Roy, I thought you were going to dip your wheels in the water then.
Right, folks, I must away. I'll catch some of you on Tuesday, some of you on Thursday, and some of you next week.
Good night, Patrick.
See you soon, Patrick.
Cheers. Bye bye for now.
Cheers, Patrick.
Right.
Roy, you receiving transmissions?
Yeah, no problem.
Thought you were going to dip your wheels in the water just now.
Oh,
Right behind you.
okay.
Oh, here comes Lyndon. We've got 3. Lyndon!
Hey.
I can see the 3 of you over that lake.
He's doing loops all over the place. Or barrel turns.
Okay, we're coming into Errol. Runway 33, I guess.
Oh, nice one.
So, right,
Yeah, doing that. I've lost Roy now.
We went left.
There's the airfield.
This isn't full stop, is it?
No. Touch and go. The next airfield is the final airfield.
Seems like there's a lot of people there that have...
Stop for fuel.
John, what happened?
Okay, where's the next lake? 227 degrees.
More people parked up there.
Yep. Got one more leg to go.
They all thought it was the end. Can't do a circuit and see all these people. See who else else I can tag on to.
Was this plan ever published? Because I just looked at the picture and read off the little picture. I never found the plan. Was it published somewhere?
It's in the Flight Plans channel in Discord.
Oh, let's have a look. Find it.
It's also on the events page.
Surrounded, Dave.
I just looked on the map. Got a fair few of us, haven't we? Beach with us as well. What's in that?
So I'm not sure which steerman I'm off of the right wing of. But if you look right,
Dave.
Oh, is it? If you look right, you'll see me.
I can't read your label because you're a bit close. see Roy down in the valley.
Oh no, I'm about 5 yards away.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay.
I just got no labels in some cloak.
Look like conjoined twins from here. That's impressive.
Yeah, I don't usually do any kind of formation flight. I guess I learnt to do close formation, shooting people down in DCS.
Climb, Roy. You climb and let on come left, you'll join us. Not too much left.
Oh yeah, I can see you in the air, 3 of you, 4 of you.
Oh yeah, some more. Should do a combat damage check.
Look to your right, Jonathan.
Oh my word. How many of you are there?
Surrounded.
Roy coming in, so there is 6 of us.
Oh yeah, that looks very nice.
Dave's about to get leaves in his wheels by the look of it.
I don't know where I'm going. Then he took me wheels off.
You're going to go in the trees. You did go in the trees.
Took a few more off.
Nice one, Dave.
Oh, I love delivering dangerously.
I have no idea if it's still on track. There we are.
Take a few more tree tops left.
If you want to try a flying formation in real life, head off to your local glider field. Every flight has the first part is a formation flight. Trying to stay behind the tow plane.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I've lost everybody now.
We'll start descending, can't we?
Yeah. Mount Washington Regional.
Live weather is pretty nice right now.
So switch back to live.
Might be in the clouds soon though.
Wind all over the place. 28 runway.
That's what it looks like, Dave. 28.
Wow, I might be able to just squeak in with 10 gallons left.
Find out how it glides.
If it's a Stearman, it glides like a brick.
This is the stagger wing.
Oh, how's that go? I've looked at that in the store.
I love this plane. The fuel management is a little bit of a challenge, but it's not bad. And it's pretty fast.
Have you done this whole flight on one tank, Richard?
I don't think so. I think the center tank holds like 29 gallons.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Then you got an upper and lower left wing, right wing, a lower fuel valve switch that I forgot about early on.
You have visual on the airfield.
No, but it's a lot of fun. And it is a biplane that you have to remember to put the gear down.
Just the pylons, Dave?
Ooh. Nearly put the nose in the deck braking.
There's a pylon just before the end of the runway. Keep away from that.
Well, that was one of my better bouncing landings.
Jim just went right through me.
Here comes Roy. The multiplayer has been very stable tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah, excellent.
Not bad at all.
They're obviously working
Knocking on my head for you.
At least my sim didn't crash like it was last night. God.
Thanks, Jonathan.
I suppose last night
You're welcome.
it was all the kids on their Xboxes.
Yeah, good flight. Thanks, Jonathan.
See everyone, guys.
Pull in the plug. I'm going to say goodnight.
I'm going to watch Roy land
Thanks
first.
for a good play.
Good night, Dave.
Thank you, John.
See you soon.
everyone.
Good night, all.
Good night, all.
Good night.
It was good to fly with you all. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, there comes Roy. It looks like a good approach.
Very nice, Jonathan. Thank you.
See you soon.
See you tomorrow, Mark.
Sounds good. Golf in the morning, Jim?
Yeah, I've got a hospital appointment at 12 o'clock my time, so
Right.
that'll only be about an hour. Catch up with you after that.
All right, sounds good. See you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Nice landing, Roy.
Thank you. Thanks for the tip. I got you've saved me £99.
What's that?
Well, I was going to buy a new set of rudders because I thought the rudders were up the creek, although they're not quite lined up.
No, you just need a bit of back stick pressure once you're on the ground.
Yeah, that's what made all the difference.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, Mark and I want to get you into this golf.
I don't have time. That's the big problem for me. I just about got to this flight in time this evening, and after doing this, I've got to race off and get a load of photos done for rugby. So
You could play at weekends, though.
this was a struggle to get to here for just to do this. But yeah, if I do, I'll let you know.
It's PGA Golf 2K21. Have a look at it.
Okay, I'll have a look at it and see if I can find it.
All right, take care,
See you
everybody.
soon.
Thanks. Good night.
Right.
See you next week. Bye bye.
Yep, see you soon. Yep, I'm logging off as well. Nice flight, Roy. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.